Magic's being a vet, he's had a weigh again. He's dropped shallow down by a couple, tiny few ounces. He's had blood tests, so I've got to wait for a result. Bear's over there. He's a pain in the arse, that bear. So while doing live video on Superstar 360, the other, I'll just turn this on briefly, and you know, it was okay. I've had this radio turned on and off loads of times, and then noticed it's just a little bit stiff or something or whatever. I don't know. It seems okay, but suddenly turned it off accidentally, and I turned it back on again. Boom! Didn't turn on. Oh, can you go over there, Magic? Magic wants to get in the way, and I've got work up there doing. He follows you. Cats do this sort of thing, don't they? Because they want attention. He is a bit thin. He is a little bit thin, so he's got to have a blood test results. Stay over there. It's not a playground. And I've got this stupid fucking thing. I can't believe how. Fucking hell. That's not the original wiring for this. That's not the original wiring. And the two resistors on there. Obviously, the bulb is the wrong type. Obviously, I tried to get the meter undone so I can take the meter out and possibly salvage what's wrong. I managed to get some multimeter onto these original wires because the wire's been cut. This is the original wire that goes up to it and then connects it on. Not sure where the other wire is. That would be, what's it? The other wire would be, oh yeah, this one here, I think, but I'm not really too sure. This is up here, focus. I know it looks like it's had some additional soldering. I can see where there's original soldering on it, and why I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't turn back on. This capacitor thing up here, flat capacitor thing, was loose. When I was looking around, I thought I'll check around inside with the multimeter, just start probing the thing for an open circuit, or I was thinking maybe a capacitor or something, or a resistor or such. That might have shorted out because of a voltage spike. There's likely case. Come on, stop it. Come on, greedy. Greedy cats, they are just greedy. And I noticed that was loose, and I'm thinking, do I solder? This was loose, and do I solder it down or not solder it down? I wasn't too sure. And look, Magic's, I've got to get him off the counter. Oh, what the fuck. I like cats, I do, but their cats are just irritating. This is why you have indoor cat. These are house cats. They're home cat, indoor cat. I've always been. My dad's always told me you only need one cat. But I like cats. But I've only got two, so one would have a companion. But that's problematic because the bear. I'd rather have my sooty back. Bear's evil. He's evil, pure evil. Like the spawn of Satan's kitty. He's got red eyes sometimes. Bear. To focus. Look, his eyes are evil. The eyes are evil. No, not really, it's just light reflecting. His eyes are beautiful, actually. Yeah, plus I was looking down here looking a little bit more around and thinking, oh gosh, what's going on there? Some of the circuit track is broken away on this. Possibly some bridge soldering has been done, but I'm no expert at fixing this. you know, I'd have to find a local rig doctor. Say, hey, I'm going to fix this up. And maybe I'll just sell it and say, hey, give me a little bit for it, and you can have the rest of it and fix it up and then sell it on whatever you want to sell it on for. Because personally, I don't use this radio a lot. It goes down into 25 megahertz range and partly up into the 28 meg. You know, hardly anyone talks on the lower part of the 28. It's just reserved for Morse code. I've only noticed a couple of stations, sometimes mostly Europe, on the 25 meg, as well as usually the 26 and the 27 and the 27 meg. Mostly Americans, they only use the 27 or mid band for, you know, AM or some of the single sideband. Never noticed them. You know, Americans, they got multi-standard radios, CB radios, some of them, you know, ham radio or multi-mode CB, but they never seem to go. I've never noticed any of them up on the high band or even on the low band. It's like they're all brainwashed. And they stick to, you know, one thing. It's like you're brainwashed with watching TV and you only stick to a few TV stations and you've got all these channels, yeah? All this selection, and you're brainwashed on one bloody fucking thing all the time. It's true. Absolutely true. So I'm just going to put this back together and I'm going to put some heat shrink over that bloody wiring and solder it up. So I'll get this heat shrink over this one here, put some heat shrink there, and I'll put some heat shrink, change bulb, camera, turn the camera light on because my other light is strobe flickering. So I'll get this over here, cover those components up, just go all the way down. I think it'll just about reach. I think it needs really to be a little bit longer actually, but God's sakes. Okay, I managed to get a meter because I'm live videoing at the same time. Found a bulb. These were in the, say, like a Superstar 360 FM or Cobra 148 GDO DX. Here's one here. These is what I used in my Superstar, the Stovey CP200. These are the original ones, but the needles were all knackered completely, so I had to get CB radio ones. Well, they're not really CB radio ones if you think about it. It could be used for audio, whatever. The bulb I noticed on this is too small. I'm guessing because I can't get the bulb, the thing out of the original, because I can't undo this last screw. I'd have to put an electric drill on it to take that head off. I just can't get that screw to unwind, and there's at least about another 10 winds on the threading, and it's not going to be easy. So the original, I'm guessing it is located down here, where those wires have been cut off, because someone obviously thought they couldn't get this out. So all they done was cut the wires and they connected on the bulb, but the bulb they probably realised was, they probably blew a bulb. I'm guessing maybe the first time they probably blew the bulb, and then they just connected, someone who connected on a series of resistors to lower the voltage. So even if I connect this one back up, this one's going to be too dim. I think it's just going to be a little bit too dim. I'm going to have to take this bloody thing off again, and what a fucking mess. All because some fucking component come loose and I'm doing this shit. Should be relaxing and making my dinner, but I don't mind. It's not a big deal. Okay, I got this connected up, only, to test the theory, because the original bulb here That's not the original bulb. The bulb most likely going in this radio is probably about this size, if not different size, but different voltage, wattage. This one's very low power. This one here, that's a typical, I think that's, looks like a grain of rice bulb, that does. Looks like a grain of rice. This one's different. So I'm going to take those resistors off. I'm going to totally undo it, and that light on there will be a bit more brighter because that's got, and then I've got to tuck it into the behind up here on the radio, tuck it in there somewhere, and it will be heat shrinked, not fucking this fucking shit stuck on round the fucking wiring. No fucking way. Ridiculous. So got a bit of heat shrink here, so I'll put the wires over and then I'll solder the wires on on there, but I'm not too sure if I should use the heat gun because it's going to be pretty close to this bulb, but that should hold on. It should be enough there to, you know, so the wires won't, you know, be insulated. Oh, it's a bit awkward to get a firm soldering on and then pull this heat shrink over, but that's good. Those wires, that's not going to budge, that heat shrink. It's on there tight. So I keep any wires from touching anything. Now all I've got to do is just position it up here. I'll test it on, see what the brightness is like. Yeah, oh, resume video. Yeah, it's a little bit too dim still. I'm not sure how dim by percentage. Turn the headlight off. Turn the camera light off. No, that is not sufficient. That's a little bit dim. There's something else lowering the voltage. I'm not sure if there's another resistor that's been soldered on here and it's lowering the voltage. I'm not sure if it's this here, this resistor. It's possible. It's possible, I think. I'll see. I'll desolder that wire and then move it over to this pin. See if the brightness goes up. Connect to an LED. It'll likely go bang, so, or pop. Won't last long. Okay, I hope it doesn't short out the radio. There it goes. Oh, 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 it turns on. Oh, wow, that's a miracle. Oh, I've still got this one. I need to disconnect that. Hold on. Well, the LED works, but probably I'm going to have to put a resistor on it. That's just too bright. Of course, I've got to put it on top of here. This is tricky. So I'm just putting it back together. The bulb on there will have to do. Can't do anything about that. Okay. So put the faceplate back on. Yeah, I'll feed you a little bit in a mo. Okay, that's the faceplate back on. Almost finished. But that's a little bit too dim. Right, that's done. Finished. Well, kinda.